This is Bro, not funny anymore. The only podcast that we're aware of that is specifically built for guys teetering past the prime of their early to mid 20s. What does fitness look like for us now with new mounting work and family commitments, not to mention an aging body? Well, that's what we're here to talk through. This episode is sponsored by Divine Digital Agency, your mobile app building destination. If you've got an app idea, they do incredible work, and we record our show weekly at their location in Naples, Florida. I'm Joe Pellegrino, a 30-year-old husband, father, and business consultant, and most relevantly, a 13-year veteran gym rat.
I am Brett Reynolds, personal trainer. I'm committed to helping business professionals look their best, increase their performance inside and out the gym, and I've had a huge passion for fitness for a long time now.
Good stuff, man. What do I say every time after you say that?
You said I have a phenomenal elevator pitch.
I get goosebumps every time.
I'm trying to, to get it out there. I'm still, kind of tweaking it slightly, but it flows off pretty good. It wins you over every time.
Every single time. Every single time, man. Dude, so how's the 75-day challenge going?
The 75-day challenge is going good. What is the exact date today, man? January is one of those months that feels like it's a long month.
It's insane.
What's the date?
Today's the 31st.
31st, so I'm 30 days in. Because I started the second. And things are going well. The water part, drinking a gallon of water a day is the struggle because I'm like chugging it because I forget about it, so I'll chug it right before bed, kind of wake me up. But other than that, it's good, man. A lot of people are kind of giving me feedback that we're talking about this challenge.
Yeah.
So, I'll kind of briefly go over one more time. So it's 75 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to train twice a day. One has to be outside. You have to take a progress picture a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book, whether it's an entrepreneur book or self-development book, motivational book. And then you have to follow a diet with no cheat meals or no alcohol. So people are catching on to it, and kind of what we talked about last time about it was, if you have any interest in doing something like that, do it as written. Don't try to deviate or switch it up or make it a little bit less resistant to your lifestyle. But other than that, it's going good, man.
Good, man. Good.
What's new with you, buddy?
Halfway there. Dude, new with me, baby Joseph is just, one step closer to lifting weights. He actually took his first steps the other day, which is phenomenal. And he's just walking like all over the place. He's now running, which is terrifying because he was already really fast crawling.
Okay.
So
he went from walking to running pretty quick,
pretty
right?
much, yeah, man. He's one of those.
What was your reaction when you saw him walk for the first time?
Oh, buddy, it was a lot. That was probably.
You and Laura were both there?
No, actually, and I got in big trouble.
It was just you?
It was just me. Yeah. So thank God I had the force to take a video of it because I felt like it was going to happen.
Attaboy.
And so I was able to show Laura the video, but she was like, I was talking to my girls from Bible study, and they were like, he's not supposed to tell you that he saw him walk for the first time. You're supposed to experience it together. I'm like, wow, I told you. But dude, I'm just so excited because that's freaking awesome. But it's funny because I got a lot of feedback about our conversation last week about baby Joseph and kids getting into fitness training and stuff like that. And actually, in just kind of messing around on social media, I found an article that was published just literally 2 days ago. A 9-year-old boy who can deadlift more than twice his body weight, and he's breaking powerlifting records.
At 9 years old.
Actually, 9 years old. He's 4'7".
There was a gentleman at the gym that brought this up, and he seemed super offended by it. Like, they're stunning his growth. Like, that's terrible to have a 9-year-old, deadlifting 200-something pounds.
Yeah.
And
I honestly don't know what I think of that. Like, I don't, because I've heard that. I've heard the whole stunting your growth thing. I don't know, really what that's about. But like we talked about last week, if he's exercising proper mobility and he's doing things the right way, and I don't know, it sounds.
I'm the same way. I have a mixed opinion on that. I think straight powerlifting and lifting super heavy at 9, there's arguments there where it could be a little bit much.
Yeah.
But kind of what I told you on the last podcast is if you are bringing your son in at 9 years old and he's just at the gym, like seeing people better themselves, seeing what you do, and he's practicing, consistency on waking up early, going to the gym every day, just that, right? That is a lot of value for a younger kid.
Oh, for sure.
Now, as far as deadlifting 200 pounds, who knows?
Right. That's, I don't know about all that. But anyway, if anyone wants to check that out, it's Tate Fegley, and he's out of Minden, Louisiana. So good for you, Tate.
Boy, strong.
Boy is strong. Well, one thing that we continually promise our listeners is that we will bring on quality expert guests, and man, we got a guest this episode that we're pretty excited about. So, this episode's guest is both a local and international celebrity who is an elite professional Muay Thai and mixed martial arts fighter with a very impressive record. Also, quite relevantly, he is also a father and an entrepreneur that is still practicing his art at the ripe old age of 38. So we are super excited to introduce Cosmo Alexandre from Sao Paulo, Brazil, living in Naples, Florida. Welcome to the show, Cosmo.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
We're so excited you're here, man.
Super excited, man. Just talking to you a little bit, off air before we hit record. I mean, you're awesome, dude, man. You sound very humble, and we appreciate having you.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
It's good stuff, man. So, obviously, you've had a pretty impressive career competing internationally since you were in your late teens. You said you didn't start until you were, what, 19?
Yeah, 19 to 20.
That's nuts,
Yeah.
man. So how'd you get into it?
I was a soccer player, professional soccer player, and I was a goalkeeper. And my coach always said, like, Cosmo, you have to do something to get like loose, your muscle, like you're so tight, you have to do something because you help you as a goalkeeper. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I mean, like, I didn't know, like, stretching, just stretching. I think just really work, the way he wants. So one day I was watching TV in my house. Of course, I was watching some movie, and I saw Cosmo Alexandre doing some, like stretching his movies and da da da. It was like, maybe Muay Thai will help me. And then I was 19 to 20, and then I started practicing Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And 3 months after that, I did my first fight. And I won my first fight, and I started I was doing Muay Thai at night and soccer in the morning. But one day I was getting too tired to train Muay Thai at night because in the morning I was training soccer.
Right.
And then another day in the morning I was tired in the soccer because last night I was doing Muay Thai. So I had to choose. I was like, you know what? I will choose Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I think that's super interesting, the fact that you found Muay Thai because of maybe lack of mobility and flexibility in your muscles, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's what we're always talking about.
And we talk about this increase of awareness on how important flexibility and mobility is to not just your fitness but your well-being, and the fact that sparked your entire lifelong endeavor of Muay Thai from being not as flexible or mobile. I think that's amazing.
That's amazing. So what was it that made you go to Muay Thai rather than like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, being in Brazil?
Yeah, exactly, because I was watching the movie in my house, and then I saw, I don't remember the name of the movie, but Cosmo Alexandre was doing some crazy stretch.
Yeah.
It was like, will help? It helps
That's
him.
pretty cool.
I will try.
Good for you.
And, but tell the truth, didn't help the way I thought, because I still almost the same thing, but of course I can kick high, I can, a little bit better. But in Muay Thai, something like in Thailand, when I was living there, something kind of different. We run in the morning 8 miles just to warm up. You go 8 miles, warm up, and then come back to the gym, do some shadow box, and start training. We never stretch.
Okay.
So we never stretch, never. So now I see, I was like, man, what I did in my life, because I'm playing golf now, right?
Right.
So I started playing golf.
I actually was talking to Jim earlier at the gym.
Oh, right.
He actually mentioned, he's like, yo, Brett, you got to bring up Cosmo's golf game today.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I started playing last summer, and I'm scoring 93, 94, 95. They say it's pretty good for this time.
Yeah.
But every time when I go play with someone else, they say, because you have to stretch more because your back swing is so tight. And then I see everybody thinks I'm very flexible because I do Muay Thai.
Right.
But no. So now I started with Derek from Physio Right, and I always do. I go there once a week just to keep my body well because Muay Thai train, and I do CrossFit, and and he started he's helping me with that too. But he plays golf too. So he knows the muscle I have to stretch a little bit more, so he'll help me.
So you're really spending a lot of time in that sort of recovery phase and just trying to.
Yeah, I have to now. Before I was just Muay Thai, Muay Thai, Muay Thai, Muay Thai, Muay Thai. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I have to do something else in my life, not just like 24 hours in the gym. Because Muay Thai in Thailand is good, but the training is still like the same training. The coach of my coach, he it's still like old. They don't get like
they're old school.
They don't
exactly
updates,
yes. So I started like, man, I don't need to train all like 8 hours, 7 hours every day to like get like some good results, you know. So now I'm starting like, not now, but like a few years ago, I started like training less, but it's smarter, you know. Like I want to fight. I want to train the way I fight.
Right.
You know. So like now I'm like smarter, like the way I train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So just backtracking a little bit, Cosmo. So you watch this movie, and then you're like, okay, so now I'm going to pick Muay Thai over soccer,
Yes.
right? And then so from then on was like, you know, you just kind of hit the switch and like, I'm gonna go full on fighter from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw, you know, you did rugby, and then you got some passion for some water sports as well, right?
Yes.
Now, like, was this span early on, was it just like Muay Thai, or you still kind of played soccer, you did rugby, you kind of developed this passion for water sports?
No, like I said before, like when I start thinking about my life, like I don't want to spend all my life in the gym,
Right.
you know. I was like, you know, let's try different things, you know. And then I remember when I was in Thailand in 2009, I was watching rugby, but I never like, I would train rugby, just watching it, and I like it, you know. And when I went to Brazil in 2013, I think, I started playing rugby in Brazil. So I started playing rugby like for real, like serious, yes,
Yeah.
like 100%.
Power to you, man. I played football, American football, and I have the utmost respect for rugby players
Oh my
because
gosh.
the contact is on a new level,
Yep.
and you know those guys are just as strong and just as fast with no pads on.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. No helmet, nothing, man. It's just like, you know, mouthpiece. It's like a fight. You know, it's just go with mouthpiece. So everything what I did in my life, I always try to be the best, or to be like one of the best. You know, like I didn't want to be like a fighter and like nobody know like, oh, who's Cosmo? Oh, the guy from Tattoo. I did in my mind, no, that's not good. I think I want to be like, oh, you know what? Oh yeah, that guy is good. You know, like you know, like
He's the best out there.
yes. So when I started playing rugby, I was like, you know what? I want to be the best. Even like it's new for me, but I know I can do it. I just need like a right training, you know.
Yep.
So when my first year was in the team from my city, it was like a really small team, and I started start playing like good, but the training wasn't that good. That like was like, you know, and then one guy, a friend of mine, he saw a game and I was playing, and he's like, man, you should train with us here, like in another city. It was in São Paulo, and this team is. We finished the Brazilian championship in third place. So the first year was playing rugby, was like Division C, and then my second year was Division A, and we almost like become champions, you know.
Amazing. Yeah.
So, but I was like,
So you jumped up to a much higher competition.
oh yes,
early on.
but of course the Muay Thai training helps me a lot because I'm an athlete, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. I know everything what I do. I don't just do like. Or in the field or in the train. So when I finish my rugby training, I go to my house and watch videos.
Okay.
I watch videos how to do it.
Film study.
Yes. I learn a lot. I learn a lot like watching. So I was watching like of course All Blacks and all these big names, big teams, and I was watching because I want to learn. And I knew like I had like a short time to learn.
Yeah.
Because everybody was playing with me. Was playing since like young, you know, since like 7, 8 years
You
old.
said you started in 2013?
Yes,
So I mean, you were already, what, 33 at that time?
yes,
31, 32?
yeah.
Wow.
No, more than that.
Yeah, wow.
So
He's been slinging young bucks.
Dude, unbelievable.
yeah, so like I was doing like pretty good, and in the team. And I remember we had like a French coach, and he said, like, Cosmo, if you're a little bit like younger, I could bring you to my team in France and play there, and you can live just like playing rugby. I was like, wow, that was nice,
Yeah.
because like
That's a nice offer.
yes.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's okay. And then I stopped playing rugby when I moved to Naples.
Okay.
Like, we have a team here, but I'm kind of like busy, like fixing my things here first. And I just messaged them yesterday. And probably I have to go to Brazil next week, 10 days, and then when I come back, I'll start training with them again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it a semi-pro league here in Naples, or
Well,
it's just
I don't know.
more recreational?
Yeah, like they have like a tournament here around Florida,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know like the division, like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
where it kind of sits.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize that there was rugby here in Naples.
There is. I'm not, for sure what the name of the program is,
Yeah.
but it's not that old of a program. I think maybe it's been around for 10-ish years.
Okay.
Okay. But I remember when this whole program was developed when I was in high school, and there was some high school players being recruited from
Okay,
that
yeah.
played, local high school, sports. That Naples was forming this rugby team. I think they were like, I don't know, I don't want to butcher it, but like the Bears or something. Does that ring a bell? I'm not sure the name of the program or the team, but
I think Hammerheads.
Hammerheads.
That sounds familiar now you say that. Yeah.
Hammerheads.
Yeah, Hammerheads.
That's cool.
Yes, we train at Stereo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So so obviously you're an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way of saying it. You've got rugby, you've got golf, you've got fighting, you've got soccer. You've learned a lot over the years. You've seen, how sort of the resources were lacking in the beginning in terms of stretching and
Yeah.
recovery. So now, today, with everything that you've got going on, what does your training routine look like? What does recovery look like? Tell us a little bit about how that runs for you.
Yeah, today I train, man, like before I was training like 8 hours.
Right.
Today I train like 3 hours maximum.
Right.
Because how I said, like I start like seeing like the way I should train. It's not about like quantity, it's
Yeah.
quality.
Mhm.
So like my train today, if I have a fight, I will train maybe like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and that's it. But like 100%, Before I was training like in Thailand, like you started training 6 o'clock and finish 11 a.m. and then come back again 3 and finish like 6:30. So it was too much, man.
That's way too much, yeah.
Yes. So now, I train smart. I train smart. So, and of course I have to do my strength condition. Like I have a coach in Brazil. He does CrossFit, and he's sending the train I can do here, but it's not CrossFit, but we use things from the CrossFit.
That functional fitness.
Yes, a good cardio, good power, and for me the most important, even when I get tired, I still with good power. That's what happened in the fight. When I go like round number 4, round number 5, I want to keep my power, So that's why I like to train with him. So if I have a training with him today, of course I do Muay Thai first in the morning, because you'll be always my first goal. Like I'll get better at Muay Thai.
You want to do it when you're fresh.
Yes, exactly.
Just waking up, you're more dialed in, right? You're more
Yeah,
aware.
yes. If it like and then I train Muay Thai. When I go train my strength condition, if I'm tired, if I feel like it's not like going good, that's fine, because at least I did
You
Muay
did,
Thai.
right.
I don't wanna do like my strength condition training in the morning and then I go train Muay Thai in the
When you're
afternoon.
tired, yeah. No.
Yeah, so that's the thing, I don't do it. So these things like I learned in all these years, from now, okay, I have a fight, okay, I'll train Muay Thai.
No, I love that. I think that's the importance of keeping first things first.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Because essentially, you're not a weightlifter, you're a fighter,
Mm-hmm.
right? You do weightlifting and you do conditioning to get better at fighting. So, as soon as you wake up in the morning and you get to the gym, what's the first thing that should be on your mind? Not lifting weights, right? Fighting.
Exactly. That's what I do. That's what I do now. And yeah, of course, I try to eat better. But for me now, the most important is like keep my weight,
Yeah.
because I think genetic, I lose like so fast. I lose weight so fast, and like weird things. If I stop training now, right? Probably I'm 183, 184 pounds now. If I stop training, don't do anything, just at my house watching TV, eating everything, like pizza and everything. Like next week I'll be like 180.
Your
181.
metabolism is just
Like
firing.
yeah, I have to train and then I have to like eat. Like I remember,
You gotta force feed.
yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I started training 2 weeks ago, like a CrossFit and everything, because probably I have a fight coming up.
Awesome.
And I play rugby, I play golf Saturday. I train a little bit in the morning, and then I went to golf Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday night, I was like, man, I just want to eat a nice pizza now, you know, like, man, it was a huge
like chicken wings
pizza.
too.
Oh yeah, I love that. And I eat like a huge pizza, and after pizza, I get like a shake with a, I don't know how you say in English, like hypercaloric, you know, like
a high calorie.
high calorie, yeah, high calorie.
Yeah.
And then like after pizza, and my weight's still like the same.
Oh, so he's pounding a pizza and then he's drinking a weight gainer protein shake.
Yes, we can.
Man, you got half of our listeners super jealous right
Yeah.
now.
But I have to do that. If not, my weight just drop.
Just tanks.
Yeah, it just drop.
I saw on your Instagram, you're a big burger guy, huh? You got a lot of pictures of burgers on your Instagram.
Cheeseburgers.
Before I
I
had
was a foodie.
yeah. Before I had a sponsor from the biggest burger place in Brazil, like in my city, you know. So
what's a Brazilian burger like?
Man, it's just amazing, bro.
Really?
Yes, it's so good. They steak, wow, it's so good, man.
Yeah,
and so they sponsored me, and of course I had to go there like almost every day.
Right, of course.
After lunch, I go there and eat a little bit. But man, yeah, I eat everything. Like, of course, I try to don't go crazy.
Right.
But it's more about my healthy than about my weight.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about. I know I will not gain weight, but I started like I have like 4 kids.
Yeah.
So for me, the most important now is get old and be able to play with them. You know, that's for me. That's most important.
That's what I say almost every podcast, man. That's why we do this, man. Because you know we want to make sure that we, as we're getting into our older years, that we're preparing our bodies to be able to handle older age and be able to get down and wrestle with your kids and you know.
That's why I fight smart. I don't want to get hit. You know, I don't want to get hit. Like I fight smart. I don't like raw.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of sniper. You know, I like to go do my job and come back to my house with my kids and be okay. I don't understand like these guys. Like, no, I want a war. I want to fight. I want some war.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, it was nice. Like this guy was punching my face. I was punching. No, that's not fun.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
You know, we kind of talk about on this show all the time. It comes down to your why, right? Your driving force, your why needs to be dialed in. Why are you doing this, right? And if your why is important enough that you're waking up every single day fired up, and then you're getting, you know, into the ring fired up, like, but you're still keeping that why in mind on why it is you do what you do, then you know you're dialed in.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's exactly like why. That's it.
It's your purpose. It's your life purpose. It's your why you do everything you do. Right?
Yes, exactly.
And now if that's not dialed in, then you got, you know, you're kind of just drifting. You know, you're drifting, and you're not really kind of, you know, organizing your thoughts on your day-to-day actions, what you do. You know, so it comes down to what your why, and that needs to be right in place.
Yeah. So good.
I think like I look at myself. I'm not a fighter. I'm an athlete. I don't know how to say English. Competitor. Like,
You're a competitor.
Yes, I'm a competitor. You know, everything what I do, I want to be the best or to be one of the best. To be one of the best. You know.
You want to leave a legacy.
Yeah, it's like even like rugby or surf or whatever I do. I don't want to be like bad in anything what I do. So, and when we talk about fight, for me it's my job. You know, of course I want to do 100%, but I don't want to kill myself in the ring. You know, like I want to do my job, come back to my house, play with my kids, make my money, and that's it. Like my last fight, 29 seconds, one hit, boom, I hit the guy, he dropped it, get my money, went to my house.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Dude, I watched the YouTube video of like all the angles that you knocked out.
I saw
So
that.
cool, man.
Yeah. So like was bad because he got hurt like really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to the surgery after the fight, 8-hour surgery.
On the face.
Yeah, 27 fractures in his face, one punch.
So just kind of, since we're on the subject of that, the first time I heard about you, Cosmo, was a couple of days after that fight, and you know, I was at a bar in Naples, and my buddy Drew walks up to me. Drew walks up to me. He's like, "Listen, man, you'll never guess who we got help doing security tonight." And he literally takes out his phone and he shows me the video of that fight. And I'm like, "Hey, dang, Drew, like I'm gonna be on my best behavior tonight. But
Dude, that's funny.
yeah, no, it was awesome, man. And Drew talked very highly of you then too, and he still does. But so you're getting into the ring to accomplish the goal of doing your job, and then you want to go home to your kids, man. I love that.
Yeah.
That's
And the
awesome.
most important, getting old and like good,
Yeah.
I know like so many guys, bro, like they fought all life, and now in the end, like with the almost 40, 45, they can't even talk straight. They just like, because like too much punch in the head. And when I remember in the career, when they are fighting, they like always like talking about like some big fight they had, like crazy fight, like something good. No, bro, it's good if you are in your house watching TV.
Yeah.
Like I know, probably you guys know Vanderlei Silva. He's crazy. You guys know he's crazy. He just go and like every single fight. It's just it's a war. I don't like to fight like that, but I like to watch.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
So exactly. It's good for me in my house watching the fights, like eating something, drink something, But for him, it's not nice, man. It's like, maybe it's good, like he'll be like a popular, but when he get old,
he's gonna suffer from it, and I
and I don't like that. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, that's in a lot of athletics. I think you're doing what you're still doing at 38 is because you developed that awareness early on. Like, I'm gonna be strategic in what I do every single time I enter the ring. And if you look at other athletes that are still performing at the highest level, maybe Tom Brady, right? He has that same awareness of like, I don't want to take too many hits. Why? And these NFL players that still have that same awareness, like I'm going to minimize the amount of hits I'm taking. Cosmo's going to minimize the amount of punches to the face he's taking, right? And then, and it's why these elite athletes that, have these long careers and they retire a little bit later rather than sooner, like it's because they have this awareness of, protecting their body and, keeping the most important thing, which is winning, right? And if you can win without, doing more harm to yourself, why wouldn't you do it? Right?
Exactly.
And who I really got that from, and just it's relevant to bring it up, but Kobe. Kobe lasted so deep in his career is because he had that awareness of keeping winning the most important thing, but also doing all of the extra things to keep his body on point, to keep his training on point, to keep his mental aspect on point. Like, so if you can have that awareness as an athlete, oh man, you're gonna be a separator, and you're gonna be far more when you're done competing. You're still gonna be a great human being. You're still gonna be all there, right? You're not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's great awareness, athletic awareness from you, Cosmo, that you kind of found early on, and that's why you're still doing what you're doing at 38 years old.
Right. I mean, that's the amazing thing. So, I mean, what is from here, from 38? What does the future look like for you when it comes to a professional athletic career?
Yeah. I want to fight 2-3 more years.
Okay.
But just because of money.
Okay.
I don't feel like I want to fight anymore. It's just my job. Something like I go. It's fun to fight, but the training is not fun. So I don't want to do this thing again over and over and over. So I want to do 3 more fights, buy my house here in Naples, and still like teaching, doing seminars. Like play golf. Surf here is bad, I know.
There's no waves.
No waves. And I have to go to Pier, to surf there. But that's what I want to do, like an easy, simple life.
Yeah.
I don't need to be rich. I don't want to
You seem like a very simple guy, my man.
Yeah, I am, bro. Like when I was living in Brazil, my life was I live like 1 block from the beach.
Okay.
So like every day, like I wake up, look at the waves. Waves. I take my board, go to the beach, surf, come back, go to my kids. Like simple. I'm very simple guy, man. I just need like if my kids are good, I'm good.
Yeah.
If they're like they have quality life, they're going to good schools. For me, it's okay. That's enough.
So one of the things we started talking about before we started recording, but I'd love to jump back into is your kids and their sort of athletic ventures. So what are your kids like with sports?
Anthony, he's 10. He does jiu-jitsu, he does Muay Thai.
Okay.
Right? I think he likes better Muay Thai. That's good. And, but he will not fight. He'll not be a fighter. But he likes to train. I can see, you know. But in Brazil, he was surfing with me, and he is a good swimmer. So yeah, that's the thing. Like maybe he'll start doing here again. I want to to find some sport like for him, like not just about fight. Like something like oh yeah, I like to do that and I will do that. Like I don't know what he will choose, but I will support him. My daughter, she does Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu too. She's 7.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and she loves to do gymnastics, and she's doing here. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. Yeah, she started in Brazil and keep doing here, and I think that's the thing she will always do.
Yeah.
And my other daughter is just 2 and another 10 months. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
That's awesome, man. And you said 3 of them are here in Naples?
Yes.
And then the other one, which one's down in Brazil? Is that Anthony or?
No, Anthony's here. The 2 years old is in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, so
awesome. So you'll see her next week when you go.
Yes. No, she's coming here. She got here tonight.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome,
she'll be in Orlando, and I'll see her next week. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's so good. I love this. That whole sort of the dynamic between having a professional athletic career and obviously athletics and fitness is your life. So for you, there's that very clear split between your work-life balance. But for a lot of people, my work is in an office, so I have to fit fitness somewhere in the middle of the work and the family life. So, when you talk about guys that, they have, maybe limited time, maybe limited motivation, what are the things that you think are the most important when it comes to fitness? What are the things that, when you talk about training efficiently and training smart, what are your recommendations for guys?
Oh man, it's hard to say something about that because for me, the most important is always my family, right? So I try to do everything before my kids come back from the school. They leave the school 3 o'clock. So I want to train, I want to do all my stuff, and then after 3, I'm with them, But it's different because I can't do that, you said, you have to be in the office until 5, until 6, So that's hard. But man, it's like you said before, priority, right? If you think you have to do it, and of course, I think everybody has to do at least a little bit every day, or run, or lift weight, do something. Try to find at least 1 hour, man. 1 hour, one day maybe you run, maybe the next day you lift, you have to do something like that. But everything's about priority,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, prioritize it, and you were saying, we're not telling, the listeners to go work out for 3 hours, right? It's get up, get an hour in, right? And then just kind of realize you might have to make some sacrifice. You might have to wake up a little bit earlier. You might have to give up an hour of sleep, right?
Oh, yeah.
You might have to skip your favorite show. I mean, there's a lot of time that people waste, right? It's if you can kind of, how long are you browsing on social media aimlessly, right? And you can't get to the gym for an hour. But I think just prioritize your time, prioritize your schedule.
Yeah.
When people tell me they don't have the time to work out, I tell them, okay, let's do this. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write down your weekly schedule to where every hour is accounted for. If you're gonna look at me square in the eyes and say you don't have an hour to work out, I'm gonna call BS. So
yeah, I teach here in Naples, and we have class 9 to 10 in the morning and 6 to 7 at night.
Okay.
So a lot of people work 11 or noon. They train with me in the morning, and the people work since 8 to 5. They train with me 6 to 7, right? So today, a student he said Cosmo, I need 1 more day to train with you, but I don't have time. But listen, I live close to the gym. You live close to the gym. Just I can do private with you. He's can you do it anytime? It's okay, Monday 7 o'clock. So he knew already. Monday he cannot train in normal class because he does 9 to 10. He's no. So if I cannot train 9 to 10, I'll train just with you 7 o'clock. So exactly what you're saying. He found it.
He found
you know,
it, right?
he found a way.
Yeah.
You know, he knows it's good for him, and he feels like he always finish training. He's like, man, I feel so good after training. You know, like he goes to his job different way. You know, like different feeling.
You feel amazing.
Yes,
You
it's
feel
different
amazing.
feeling.
That's why I always try to pitch working out first thing in the morning, because you walk out of the gym and you're just like, I'm ready to attack the day, right? You're gonna work at a higher level. You know, you're gonna just approach every, you know, whatever business endeavor, or, you know, even if you work in like a corporate office, right? You're gonna just walk into the office like, all right, I'm ready to do this. Just, you know, the endorphins are going.
It's easy to see that. Go to sleep like, I don't know, 10 o'clock. Wake up 7. Run on the beach, come back, shower, have your breakfast, and go to your job.
Yep.
You see how you feel. And then the next day, you go 10 o'clock in the bed, and then wake up like 9, don't do nothing.
Oh, and you
And
go
go
right
to
to work and you're rushing.
You see how you feel.
And you're
100%
terrible.
different.
You're
It's terrible.
anxious, you're stumbling out, out of bed and throwing your clothes on and getting to work, and your whole day is messed up.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, working out in the morning, when you do that, you don't have to work out when you get home from work. So when you're done with work, you're done with work. So it's a great feeling going into work with all the endorphins, but also knowing like, I'm done.
Yes, that's true.
That's
That's true.
Just like you working out, doing your Muay Thai training in the morning,
Yes.
that's your priority and getting it done. You know, if you don't get to anything else, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I like to do everything in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I do my Muay Thai in the morning or whatever, like surf in the morning, rugby in the morning, if something happened on my day, I did already what I had to do.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because if you wait, like no, I will do like 5 o'clock. You will find some excuse.
Always
Don't do
find
it.
an excuse. You don't feel good about it.
I always say life happens.
Life always
Yes.
happens when you do that.
Exactly.
Life happens. Something comes up. You get that phone call, right? Or something comes up. But if you do what you set out to do first thing in the morning, then you're ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you need just first step. It's just first step. Like I was doing my training, I think like Monday, the training for my coach in Brazil. Man, the training was so hard. And then I remember, like, I never needed nobody like to push me. You know, I was like, no, if I want to be good on that, I have to do by myself. I don't need like,
You're very self-motivated.
yeah, like I don't need like watch some movies or like, now I go.
A YouTube motivation video.
Yeah, like I don't need like somebody like my coach. Oh no, let's go, you have to go. No man, I know
That's eternal.
what I have to do to be good. You know, like if I want to get better, like my cardio get better, I have to train hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know what I have to do. So he I don't remember the training, but I have to push myself. And I remember after the box jumping, right? I had to go to do a snatch. And then I was like, I can't breathe. You know, I can't wait a little bit
That's what
more.
we call in CrossFit the pain cave.
Yeah,
Like you
like-
entered the pain cave where you
Bro,
can't breathe.
I was like,
That's so funny.
I can't wait a little bit, you know, like I don't need to go now.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about that, but I was stepping to the bar.
Mhm.
You know, I was like, no, I have to do it. But in my mind, like, no, you just go easy. You don't need to go hard like that.
Right,
You know?
right.
But I was like, no, you know what? I was going, you know. And then I finished my training. I'm like, wow, man, that was a good training. You know, and I feel so good because I saw I could step back and say like, oh, well, it's like unwrap. You know, like
Yeah.
I had to do like
As many rounds as possible.
yeah, like I think it was 13 minutes, and the guy from the CrossFit, he said, man, 13 minutes a lot, like for unwrap. I'm like, no, that's okay, I have to do. But then when it got like 7 minutes, I was like, I can go easy, you know, like I still doing, but I can go like easy. And I just like, just go, just go. Don't think, I just go, and you know. So that's the thing, like you have to do in the morning. Like, oh, I'm kind of lazy. No, just go.
Just go.
Just
No,
go.
just go.
So now you sound like you're passionate about fitness, right? Like, so would you say you enjoy the training aspect and you've enjoyed it throughout your career? Like, cause I've played sports my entire life and I've been around athletes my entire life, and some kind of, fade towards like, I enjoy the grind of training and this is what I'm asking.
He's shaking his head already.
This is what I'm asking. So you enjoyed the day of the competition of stepping into the ring and fighting.
I enjoy fighting.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the thing I have to do to be there ready.
Right.
You know, I feel good, like, wow, I'm ready to fight, but it's not fun. You know, that's like, Cosmo, like I have 3 more fights in my contract with the one championship, right? I want to do, but of course we are talking about like my purse, about the money, so like we are waiting. I could make another contract with them, like 6 more fights. But every time when I stop to think, like, what I have to do
What's
to
good
do
is gonna
one fight,
entail.
one fight, man.
Yeah, because it comes down back to you being all in and trying to be the best
Yeah.
at whatever you do. So
People don't understand, like, it's not about just being the ring.
it's the whole process.
Yes,
it's the whole it's the
exactly.
whole process leading up to it. The early mornings, the late nights.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not just three days worth of fighting, right?
Yeah.
It's not
It's
just
like
3 fights.
Until like kind of level, it's kind of fun, you know. But when pass, it's just like bang.
Yeah, once you
It
get to a certain
hurts,
point,
hurts. Your body hurts. You're like, wow. And I remember for my last fight against Sage, I cried in the train. I was crying doing wrestling, and I was like, bro. And my coach like, what's going on? Just let me cry here, bro. I was crying like a baby, like crying bad, like you know when you cannot even talk. Because I was thinking like, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, and I had 3 more weeks doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so like every time when I go to my camp, my fight camp, I have to think just day by day.
Yeah.
Okay, just today. I
One
think
step
just
at a
about
time.
today. Yes. If I think about like, I have 20 more days. I have to, bro. You're just like, I will not fight anymore.
Yeah, just
Right.
brick by brick.
So,
You know,
compound
so
effect.
and that's bad because you start fighting yourself. You're like, you don't want to train because you know your body will hurt like bad, but at the same time you want to fight good. So
Right.
You have to do it. You know, it's not something like, oh no, I'll jump here and then I will still fighting good. No, you're not. You're not. Even like here in your mind, if you don't train good, your fight will not be good because you're like, oh wow, I should be training more. You know,
Right.
there is another guy there trying to
Yeah.
fight you. You know, for me, that's my biggest motivation. You know, if you are a fighter, if you know that another guy is training a lot to beat you up, if this don't motivate you, man, no
Yeah.
videos will motivate you.
Yeah.
You know, like no talk will make you like wants to train.
Right.
So every time I'm like, oh man, I don't know, I will train. And then I started, man, this guy now, he's like killing himself because he was like beating me so bad. So I just train, you know.
Yeah, and then now correct me if I'm wrong, but you were the underdog going into the last fight, right?
It was kind of like weird because who knew me from Muay Thai?
They were saying you were winning it.
Yeah, they knew like that's
Maybe.
bad fight for a Sage. But guys from you just like watch like UFC.
That aren't huge fight fans.
Yes, just talk about UFC or some MMA fighters. They didn't know me, and they're like, oh no, Sage you will win. But like I heard, even his team was saying, no, don't fight,
Really?
don't fight. Yeah, but
He's
one
quite a
guy,
bit younger than you, right?
21,
Wow.
21, and I think he'll not fight anymore after this fight.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, was really bad. Was really bad.
Yeah.
Like 8 hours surgery.
Well,
After
I
fight.
gotta ask you, like, what do you do with that? Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't feel good.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just a job. It's just
Right.
like, you know, like he's trying to do his job and I'm trying to do my job. And that's it. I just like I said, it's just my job. I just go there, make my job, grab my money,
Right.
go to my house, happy, you
Enjoy
know.
it with your family.
Yes.
Enjoy the win.
So like when I punched him, I felt like it's not something weird, but I hit it so hard, so hard. My wrist like kind of like bent a little bit. It was like wow.
Wow.
And then when he stand up, like the ref finished the fight. When he stand up, his eye was big already, and it was the thing I saw was like something wrong because normally it's more time to get like swallow. How say that?
Swollen.
It
Yes.
takes some time to swell up.
Yes.
This was instant.
So yes, was just like that. And then at night, a little bit like after fight, a few hours after fight, somebody like messaged me like, hey, he went to the hospital, he's back. It was like, but how bad? Like, no, I don't know. it's just like people talking in the hotel, you know.
Right.
And then in the morning, they said he had to make like a surgery, like really bad. So I heard after a few days, it was like, I don't know, like 27 fractures like here where I punched. So they have to cut here, right? Put down the skin and fix it and then put again. It was like that.
Oh my God. For anybody who's not watching this and just listening, he's talking right across the top of his head, basically above the forehead, pulling that down right over the eyes.
Peeled his face off like taking off a mask.
That's
exactly. Fix it and then put the skin again.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like bad. So that's why like a lot of people, everybody's saying like he's not fighting anymore.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to fight.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if it's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was him, I understand he is young. He wants to like be a fighter, but he doesn't need that. Right. You know, if you see like his social media, he like actor, he does movies. I think he was doing like Street Fighter, like the game, you know.
Yeah.
He'll be like a guy, right?
Yeah, like a model for it.
Yeah. So he doesn't need that. He has a lot of like I think 1 million followers. Like he doesn't need to fight.
So he already put in his due diligence of building his personal brand, where he's got a following and an audience that he could monetize down the road without having to step back into the ring. Is what you're saying? Like he's kind of
yes.
Let's put it this way: if the tables were turned and you were the 21-year-old him and he was you, would you have kind of called it quits after that?
I think I wouldn't even fight.
You wouldn't even taken the fight in the first place.
No, it's like the problem is like that. The world is like this today, crazy because you don't have real friends.
Mm.
If I see you posting something bad in the social media, you're looking bad. I also listen, man, that's looking bad. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you post like with Speedo and like you're kind of like but listen, man, that doesn't look don't go there, man. Put shirts on and like. But today, things like that, you do something really bad, like, man, you look good, bro. Like, okay, you have to know how you talk with people. Right. Of course, you don't need to be rude, you know. But now these days, you start training now Muay Thai with me. Of course, we're bad because you're just beginner. Right. And then you post like a 30 seconds video, and then like your friends, man, you a killer, bro. Right. Like, you know what I mean? No, just like, oh man, you get better, bro. Like looking good, but you get better. It has to be real. Right. So with him, I think works the same way. You know, like when he will fight Cosmo, and then a lot of people, you kill him, and you get, but you don't know. Right. Yeah. You know, like I'm doing that for almost 20 years, just kickboxing Muay Thai. I fought everybody, all the big names in the world. Every single big tournament that I fought, I was the champion. Like It's Showtime, King's Cup is the biggest thing in Thailand, and I made like so many tournaments, like 3 fights in the same night. Like they don't do that anymore. Yeah. They think now it's too much. But I did like so many fights like that with big names in the same night, bro. It's like I did a lot, you know. And then you go to the show, like he's in the One Championship, and when he signed up, it's like, oh, I will be MMA champion, kickboxing champion, and Muay Thai champion for this show. You don't know what you're talking about. Right. Like it's the same thing. Like I started training wrestling, like, oh, I will be like a American wrestling champion. No, I'm not. Yeah. No, in like I cannot be the champion in 1 year, 2 years. You know, like I'm not saying like he cannot be, but his first fight against me was a terrible idea. Yeah. You know, like, okay, if I want to be like a really good wrestler, if I put in my mind now, I will be a wrestling champion, I can be. But you know what? I will go in the biggest state here about wrestling, and I will be there 24/7 because I want to breathe wrestling. Right. You know, like all the techniques and all. and then I will grow up like blah, blah,
Where you
blah.
build to it.
Yes.
And you get that false arrogance where it's just like you think you're better than you are, and everyone's telling you that you're better than you are.
Exactly.
That's a good word for it.
You
A little
know?
arrogant.
A little arrogant. And dude, that's a great lesson though, of like even like for your kids to see, and for for everybody's kids to see. It's like, hey man, there's a difference between pushing kids to pursue their dreams and encouraging them and being ambitious, and just outright just lying to them. And just,
Exactly. But that's what happened. So that's what I'm saying. Like I go in that place and I'll be there like 2 years, and then I'll start like compete.
Yeah.
That's the thing you have to do. Not just go one day. Maybe I sign with the NCAA. How I call the
NCAA.
yeah. And then like, okay, now I'll be the champion.
Right.
No,
That's
they'll throw me in the neck in the ground and,
It's the
and
whole
that's
process.
it. Yes, exactly. So, but people start like, oh yeah, you get it, man, you get it. You're a machine, bro. You get this fight. Was a MMA fight, of course. Like I have like 9 MMA fights, but the fight started like in stand, so it's good for me.
Yeah.
And he's how I say, the best place he can fight is stand too. So if you go on the ground, he's okay. I'm okay too. So he should try to stay like kind of like a striking fight with me.
Right.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Yeah, because it's the same thing like Cosmo. You're gonna fight like now MMA, but this guy is from boxing. He's 7 times world boxing champion. I was like, wow. Okay, I have to keep my distance. I will start kicking, and that's it. I don't know. Say like, no. I will fight boxing with him. It don't make sense.
No, it's just
It don't
that's
make
you
sense.
being stubborn and arrogant.
Yeah.
It's like before the fight, the interviewer was doing. They said, "Oh, yeah, he's saying he will just stand with you. He wants to fight Muay Thai with you." I was like, "Listen, 2 things can happen here."
I absolutely love the confidence, man. I love it.
no, I was like-
It's not cockiness at all. It's pure confidence, man. I love it.
No, you know what I thought was like, or he is lying, of course, because he will try to take me down, or
Oh, he's
he
bluffing.
have no clue what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's either naive or he's bluffing, right?
Yeah,
he's
like-
making this up, or he's naive and he's completely blind to the fact that this is probably in his worst interest to go this route.
look, and that's what I said. Like maybe, and probably he never fought nobody like me.
Yeah.
He never fought like a Muay Thai fighter, and then he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's the same thing. Like I never did like wrestling 100%, but I trained with some good wrestlers. Like Kenny Monday, he was a Olympic champion. He was my coach when I was training in Black Series, and I know like, wow, that's serious thing. I cannot like play with these guys. The training is crazy and they are so strong. I'll never say like, oh yeah, in 1 year I'll be like a wrestling champion. No, I will like.
You
100%.
understand the process and
Yes.
what's taken to get you where you're at
Yeah,
today.
exactly.
It's a lot of hard work. And
He came
effort.
to the show saying like, no, I'll be like a Muay Thai champion, kickboxing champion. He never fought Muay Thai before. So that's the things like.
Yeah, he's young. There's probably some immaturities there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He's new into the game. There's probably there was some hype about him, which could have got to his head. There's hype from
Yeah,
outside sources. There was hype from his friends, and then you kind of been there, done that, and put in the work and due diligence all your career and all these years, man. Like you approached it as a veteran would, and that's how you executed and finished
And
it.
answer your question, it's like that. I will take this fight, not now.
Right.
You will fight Cosmo. Okay, I don't want to fight Cosmo now. I will fight him like in 2 years or next year in the show. Let me go to Thailand or bring a Thai guy and he'll train me, and then I will see like, wow, So and then he'll feel like, no, I
I'm not
cannot
ready.
fight. Yeah, I'm not ready. And that's what people said. Like he's not ready. One championship just brought him to be like a star from the show, but like they put me to fight him.
Yeah. They fed him to the wolves, right?
Yes, exactly. So it was like, I didn't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
He said like, oh, I will keep the fight like striking. I will fight Muay Thai with Cosmo. But I said in the interview, after the first kick, he was like, wow, I have to take him down. But he's not good in the ground, so I don't know what he would do. MMA fight is different. It's different from boxing. Boxing, you fight with the Muay Thai, 10 ounces, right? The gloves, kind of it's not big, but it's not small like MMA.
Right.
So I always say that the bad fighter who fights boxing or Muay Thai is really, really hard to win the fight against.
Hang on, we gotta go back a couple minutes. Sorry, the outro music started. Hang on one sec, sorry.
You ever hear yourself recording before like this? The first time I started listening to myself on the mic, I'm like,
Weird, right?
it's a little weird.
All right, let me just find exactly where it stops so you can pick up where you left off.
I guess.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, against a good fighter, you know. So the bad fighter is not bad, but you know, like he's like a good fighter, but he's not a really good fighter.
Right.
You know, if he fights boxing or Muay Thai, it'll be really hard to win because there is less chance than a lucky punch. You know, like MMA, small gloves. Maybe you're really good. Oh, maybe less. Just so you understand, I'm fighting with you. Right. And like you train a little bit. Of course, everybody will think like, oh, Cosmo will win this fight because more experience. We are fighting MMA, and then I start like beat you up, and then from nowhere you just close your eyes and throw a punch.
Anything can happen, right?
Yeah. It can happen.
MMA, I could throw a lucky punch, not
and that's it.
Just boom.
And that's it, you know. But boxing and Muay Thai is hard to happen because the gloves will be bigger.
Right.
Like it's easier to cover your face, you know. So I don't know. Maybe he was thinking like that. I don't know. I wouldn't take this fight. I did like dumb things before like that. Like I thought Yoten Klai is the guy. Like, man, this guy is just unbelievable. Thai guy.
How old were you though?
That time, oh yeah, I was like in 2009, 10 years ago.
Okay.
10, 11 years ago.
28 in your 20s?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks to fight this guy. Like, oh, we have this fight, 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks? I was like, oh, I can't do it. No, I couldn't. But I did, you know? But I was like trained by myself. Like, I wasn't in Thailand, I was in Brazil.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, this fight will be in Jamaica. That's it. I go, and then I will have fun, right? But then it was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. And then I fought this guy. The first round, he broke my nose, and then I didn't give up, and I was fighting until the round number 5 and number 4, and he was just punch my nose. Bro, I'm like that. When I'm fighting, I don't feel pain.
Okay.
But you can kick, you can do whatever you want. I don't
like
feel
the
pain.
adrenaline, just
Yeah, I'm normal. I don't know why, but I don't feel. But after fight, yes, I feel everything.
Oh,
But in the fight, like I'm fighting, I don't feel. But this fight, I was.
Oh, you're hurting, huh?
He was breathing close of me. I was feeling
the breath.
bro, was hurting so bad. My nose was hurting like bad. Was like this. Was like really bad.
Face, like,
and then the ref said, "Cosmo, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough."
Called it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, stop the fight. He was a Thai guy, the ref. He knew me from Thailand. It's like, Cosmo, that's enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
And now,
I needed more than 2 weeks.
my nose was across my face. I could enjoy the resort.
Right.
Like and then after the fight, like, Cosmo, you can stay like 5 more days here in the resort. Like, beautiful, man. It was wonderful, like, resort.
Yeah.
And I could be there like for 5 more days, everything free, food free, drink free.
Yeah.
But I can't. I have to go and make a surgery in my nose because my stupid, like, you know. I had to go back to Brazil, made a surgery in my nose, and I was like, never again.
Never again, man. Dude, those are wise words. Really wise words. So listen, we want to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit about your app. that you
All
just
right.
launched with Divine Digital.
Yes, we just made an app. We launched like maybe 1 month ago. It's not just for fighters, but it's for beginners. Like we talk like about people like training in the house. You know, like we don't have time to go maybe in the gym train Muay Thai, but you have like a punch bag in your house. The app can help you to do that. You know, you're not become a fighter
Right.
like with the app, but can help you. You know, like the first step. So we did the app in Portuguese, in English, and that is like a lot of techniques that I use in my fights.
What type of content is on it? It's all videos?
Videos.
Pictures? Okay.
All videos. Like there is some like highlights from my fights. I do some like some live videos too in the app, but mostly
That's
it's
awesome. You can
yes,
get-
videos.
You can go live right on the app, and then
Yeah, and then we do like giveaways too. You know, like man, we are trying. We just begin. Like we just start doing that, but I think it's pretty good. You know, like it's really nice videos. You know, like if you know a little bit Muay Thai, you see like good techniques you can
Yeah.
use in the training, in the fight. You know.
Yeah.
So the thing like I said to Brazilian guys, because they are asking like, oh, don't do just in English, do in Portuguese.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'll try to do something too, you know, so like everybody can understand. And then I did in Portuguese, and then they start asking like, saying like something like, because there is some guys in Brazil, they are kind of like, you know, when you look something and you like suspicious, like,
Yeah.
so I have to say, listen, the app will not make you a fighter. It just help you.
it gets you
know?
started, right?
Yes. Or even if you're a fighter, like
Okay.
I'm a fighter, or you're a fighter, you can download the app and see the combinations I like to do, and then you improve your game.
Right.
You know, like maybe I show you the way I throw my knee, you know, and then like, wow, I'm doing something wrong. You know, like, oh, my right foot is flat. And then you see in the video, because I explain everything.
It's very technique.
Yes, yes, all the videos. Like even if you do like a jab cross, I will show you how to do the jab, how to do the cross. Or keep your hands up, turn your shoulder, move your hip, turn your feet. You know.
Now, are you
all
doing like voiceovers? Are you explaining how
Yes, explain
the
everything.
technique?
Yes.
It's a really cool app, man. It really is awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to check
What's
it
it
out.
called?
Cosmo Alexandre Academy.
Cosmos
Alexandre Academy.
Academy.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll definitely we'll throw a link up for that. And then how much is it?
It's $5 the regular
Okay.
and $10 the premium.
Okay.
The difference, like the premium, there is like some big names of the fight world. They will do some techniques,
Okay.
and then you can watch.
Okay.
Like nobody know that, but I'll tell you guys. Like Cyborg, the fighter,
Yep.
she will do some techniques, and then if you are a premium membership, if you have, you can watch.
So you're gonna get access to other fighters
Yes,
and
yes.
all the
Celebrity
knowledge
cameos.
and techniques. And
Yes, all the big names
Yeah.
like we are trying like Cyborg, we do. I know Kevin Ross, we do. We were talking with Tyrone Spong, like big names, and I know like nice people, and they like really good fighters. We will do like some like maybe 3 or 5 of each one techniques, and then I'll put in the app. And that is the giveaways. You know, like last month I gave a glove. You know, like
Oh, nice.
a Fartex glove. Yes.
Really cool.
This month probably all t-shirt or Muay Thai shorts.
Okay.
You know, so,
So
we
you-
always doing something.
So you're
different.
giving away some fresh gear and
Yes.
equipment.
Yes,
Cool,
yes,
man.
yes, yes.
That's awesome. Though. Everybody go on and download that app. I mean, Cosmo's been just a wealth of information today, and I can't even imagine all the content that's on that app.
Yeah, he's giving all this for free. Imagine the stuff he's charging for.
Right, exactly. So what? And how else can people reach you, Cosmo? Instagram or
Instagram, Facebook, more like Instagram now is easier.
Okay.
Yes, like just DM and then we talk about anything. Yeah.
And then you're on YouTube too. You got some good stuff on YouTube.
Yes, my YouTube channel now is kind of like slow,
Okay.
but because I thought it would be different, you know, the way I would talk to people, and because I was doing like the videos on my YouTube channel were like my day, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I was like in Brazil, like you know what, I will video today. I will show you guys like Wednesday 20, like October 22nd.
Day in
that's-
the life
that's
of
how my-
Cosmo.
Yeah, and then I was with my GoPro and like, oh, now I wake up and now I go to my gym, you know,
Yeah.
and then start training. and I was doing just by myself.
Yeah.
And I was like video, like going to the gym, and then when I went to the gym, when I got there, some friend of mine was like recording, and then all trained. You know, I always say tell him like, listen, just like 30 seconds video.
Yeah.
You know, 30 seconds
Makes
video,
sense.
but a lot of videos, 30 seconds, and then doing all my training. And then when I finished the training, like, oh, hey guys, that's it for today. Then I went to my house, editing all the videos, man.
Oh,
It's
that's
just-
a lot of editing.
bro, it's just like from 3 hours, 3 hours video, you just do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Because I remember YouTube, I just could do like 16 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that. So I have to cut everything, edit. Man, I was spent so many hours doing that. And I was like, you know what? I cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I have to hire somebody. You know, I have a girl in Brazil. She does that, but she's like working more with my Instagram now.
Okay.
Like show me how to do that. Like you know, like I don't really care about like followers, like numbers. You know, like I don't need that. But if we talk about business, yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to.
For
Like
sure.
even
Yeah,
for the
presence.
sponsors. Yeah, like
Right.
if I have a fight now, yeah, if everything like runs good, and then I have a fight on March. I know if I go someplace around here, I have to show like, oh, I have like, I don't know, maybe like 100,000 followers, and then like, oh, nice, and you know, it's different when
Right.
when you work with numbers, it's different.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
so,
totally different.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff. Well, everybody make sure you go on and follow Cosmo on his Instagram, his YouTube, download his app. Thank you guys so much for spending the last hour with us on Bro, You're Not 20 Anymore. You can visit us at www.broyournot20anymore.com. Same handle for YouTube and Instagram. And as always, send us your feedback, man, your questions, and most importantly,